Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? One more time with New Capital here. I'm going to say hi to you guys. Christian Larco.
Gio Garcia.
And our special guest.
Christian Hernandez.
Say it again because
Christian Hernandez.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Hey, this is one of the legends from Subject 2. Christian, tell us a little bit about what you do. Where do you work? What do you like doing?
Yeah, man. I live in Southern California. I'm from Southern California, and I wholesale. Right, mainly I wholesale. Right?
Okay.
That's like 80-90% of my business. I'm just looking for deals to wholesale.
Okay.
And as I'm finding out good deals and good opportunities, right, I try to look for the best ones, and I try to keep the best ones for myself.
Yes.
Whether it's like for a flip or a hold. You know, right now I'm more than anything looking for flips. I'm not looking to hold anything at the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, that's basically it. I'm just looking for opportunities to flip and wholesale.
Okay.
Why is that? Why are you not holding anything?
I'm looking for working capital right now. Like,
Wow.
I'm just trying to make more capital. I bought a lot last year, and it took me a lot to stabilize them and stuff like that. And right now it's like a little calm, so I kind of want to keep it that way and build my capital up with the flips and the wholesale.
Okay.
So,
if you don't mind me asking, how many deals did you buy and how long did it take you to stabilize that?
well, I bought a batch of like 6 at one point. And those 6, it probably took me like 6 months to stabilize all of them. One of them was in California, and the rest were in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was tough, right? It was like 6 payments at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Some were my vacant. Some I was trying to wrap some of them. I was trying to rent some of them. So I had a lot going on at the same time. My overhead was huge just because of all the payments I had to make.
Yeah.
But it's all that's settled now, and all the rentals are, they're rented and.
Good, man.
And honestly, that's funny because one of the things people don't take into account because they do their numbers, right? They're like, oh, you know what? Like, so these are the numbers for this thing. Like they think that they're going to be cash flowing or it's going to be perfect like from the first month.
From day one.
But it's not like that at all.
No, not at all.
Did you have to put any money into the properties before?
And some of them I did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And for example, the wraps, right? Like, you don't necessarily account for how long you're going to hold it. The one I had in California, I had one in Ridgecrest, California, which is not where I live. It's like 3 hours away, right? It's in the desert, not a lot of population. That one I ended up holding it for like 6 months. I couldn't find somebody to wrap it to.
Oh man!
Until I was like, okay, I'm just gonna rent it out. And then now I rented it out. I found a really good tenant. Like, the tenant has been, keeping up with the property, paying me on time. And I'm actually thinking about selling it to that tenant now and seller finance. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a struggle for sure.
Yeah, man.
Dude, so tell us a little bit about seller finance. Like, what is it? How'd you get into it?
I used to go back before I even got into Subject 2.
Yeah.
I used to go to a lot of the local meetups just to, meet like the local people that were investing and stuff like that. And there was this one guy, his name was Bill, and he had a meetup, but he would just talk about his Subject 2.
Okay.
And he would say, oh, look, I bought this. He had the picture of the house and be like, I bought this house. This is how much I gave down. So he gave the whole breakdown, but he wouldn't teach it, right?
Would you just brag about it?
Well, what he was doing is he was trying to get wholesalers to bring him leads so that he can close on seller finance.
Okay.
Right? So I asked, and I went to this meetups a lot, and I talked to him a lot. And then, but I asked him, I was like, hey man, can you teach me this stuff? And he was like, no, I can't teach you, and I really don't have the time. But if you want to learn, you really need to pay for a mentorship so they teach you how to do it. And back then I thought, like, man,
It's a cash grab.
This guy didn't want to help me.
Yeah.
But looking back at it, like, I could see where he's coming from,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happened. I met this guy. He told me about it. He didn't want to teach me. And then he told me, hey, go find a mentorship. And that's how I started looking for a mentorship that would teach me Subject 2.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was already wholesaling.
Yeah. So I don't know if people don't know, but like, you were in the IT world. You were telling us off camera. So was this before you left your job?
Yeah, this was before I left my job.
Okay. So you had your day job and you were wholesaling at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what advice can you give like people that are starting to wholesale and they want to leave their jobs? Should they leave their job?
Everybody, it's. I'll tell you this: everybody doesn't have the mentality to leave their job, right? Just because. And it took me a while to get there, right? Like to just like do the right thing when nobody's telling you what to do and stuff like that. And it takes a lot of discipline and stuff like that, right? So if you're not really there, you're not really gonna go all in. Don't do it. Don't leave your job. Relax. Yeah. But me, I had made a decision. I was like, man, I'm just gonna go into real estate, and if I'm broke and homeless,
so be it.
I'll stop.
So be
it.
But
that's it. Like I'm not. I'll just write this until, and that was my mindset, right? So I don't know. I had my back against the wall. I quit my job so that I could go all in, right? Okay. Is that something like what I'm saying is like I don't know if I would recommend that for everybody, right? It makes sense for some people, right? Because it takes a lot of action to actually start picking up traction, right?
Yeah.
So doing it on the weekends and doing it on after work and stuff like that, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's hard, especially if you're trying to do it by yourself. If you're trying to do it all by yourself, and you have a job, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Forget it.
How are you doing it while you were working as an IT person?
I was the worst IT person that you could ever encounter. I was the worst employee. I always tell that to people because I'd get to work and I'm like trying to fix my Podio and trying to see what leads I was gonna call, and I was just like looking at properties and comping them in the middle of my job, right in between tickets or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was driving for like if they send me because the job I did. We went to a lot of different companies.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't like I didn't work for one company. We helped a lot of companies do their IT. So they'll send me to places and I'll just be driving around.
You're like, marking them down. Oh, this one.
Worst employee. So
that's funny. Which ones? So when you started out wholesaling, which one was your go-to strategy to find deals?
I was driving for dollars and calling the driving for dollars list.
Okay.
And then I was doing that, and then I was getting that. I'd get the foreclosures list, and I'd remove all the people that I'd remove all the Hispanic names, and then I would send them text in Spanish and letters in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
So initially, I thought, I just thought that somebody that was gonna trust me was gonna look like me. Yeah. Or I was gonna look like somebody that they trust or somebody that they know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my mindset when I started marketing to them,
Okay. Did it work?
It worked. I got my first deal, and right when I got my first deal, I was so ready to quit. But I didn't quit right away, but I was ready mentally to do that. Like I was
You're checked out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good, man. So
does it still work?
I don't do that anymore. I don't have time. I'm just marketing to foreclosures in general, all of them. Okay. So now I'm doing the same thing, except I'm just marketing to everybody.
Through text message?
Text message, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one do you use, if you don't mind me asking?
I reply.
Didn't we try that?
No.
Oh, we need to.
But it's like, I'll tell you, it's hard. It's one of the harder ones to upkeep and to get through all the crap, right?
Because I was gonna tell you because of the regulations, right, and all that stuff.
It's harder to get through. But once we have a good system, it's the best of the system. Like once you get through all that, it's the best of the system. Just because it does so much.
Yeah. What does it do?
Everything.
Do you have an affiliate link to put it up to?
Call, you text. I don't have an affiliate link, but you call, you text. You can have a website built out of there. You could build forms out of there. Right? Yeah. So that same system that I use for texting the leads, I'm actually using to sell my deals.
Okay.
That's my private list, and I text them the deal, and I keep track of them through there, and I created the forms through there. Mm-hmm. So when they sign up, they go through the same system.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So we established that if any wholesaler that's brand new, they have a day job, don't leave your day job right away.
I wouldn't say no.
Okay. So when do you think it's the right time to leave the job?
I would say maybe after you get your first one, maybe after if at the, I would wait for a couple, but at least get your first one and know that, hey, okay, I can do this, and you got a proof of concept, and I would say at that point you could look into it.
Yeah. So also, I've been following this one guy on Instagram.
Which one?
I forgot his name, but I've been seeing him, like he pops on my feeds here and there. So he's been like, he quit his job, right? He quit his job and he's been like day number 30 something and zero deals.
I saw it.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And honestly, you know what my advice is?
Yeah.
Call the freaking foreclosure list.
Okay.
Because he's calling agents.
Yeah.
And then he's calling leads in general, right? Like agents, they don't have a timeline, right? That they need to do something. Like they're
Foreclosure
right.
times.
They have like 90 days, and they don't care until they get to the end of their contract or whatever.
Right.
Right. And then regular sellers, if they don't have anything against their back, they're not gonna take your 70%.
Yeah.
Right. They don't have a situation happening. So the foreclosure people, right, they have to make a decision, and they have a timeline. They could be lying to you. They could tell you nothing is wrong and that they got it taken care of.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, you know that there's a clock ticking.
Yep.
So personally, if I were him, I would stop calling all these other lists that he's calling, and I would just call the auctions, and I would just call the houses that are going to auction. Maybe I'm 30 days out.
Yeah.
Maybe you should leave a comment there
I should.
telling him all of this.
Yeah, no, I'm just checking like how he's doing, because he sends offers, right?
Mm-hmm.
He sends offers. He sends like, hey, now today I sent 4 offers. Today I sent 10 offers. And he's like, day number blah blah blah. Negative $200 because he spent, I don't know, on a software or something.
Yeah.
So like, let me just see how long it goes before he either quits or he gets the deal.
Yeah,
It's a rough thing.
it's hard.
He's brave for doing it like that too, though.
Yeah,
Like,
he
he's
has
documenting it.
I think he has no job though. He'll probably get more from the actual followers
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
and him doing the work.
Yeah. But I saw it and I thought about. I commented before something. I don't think he liked it.
What did he say?
I don't remember, but I know he didn't like it. And then, so I was gonna comment again. I was gonna tell him, dude, you're calling the wrong list. But
I mean, sometimes people just need to like
Your ego, bro.
go through it. You need to go through it.
Yeah.
Yes.
exactly.
After you go through it, maybe you're gonna look at my advice and you're gonna be like, you know what?
You're right.
This guy was right
I was-
all along.
Yeah. What markets do you work in? Do you just work in California or?
So I'm doing my marketing, right? My marketing expense I'm doing in Georgia and I'm doing Texas,
Oh wow.
right? So I'm doing, and I'm only now when I say that I'm only doing the bigger cities, right? So Atlanta and everything
Mhm.
around Atlanta, maybe Austin,
Okay.
Houston,
Okay.
right? San Antonio sucks right now. Dallas, right? I'm the bigger markets, really. That's
Okay.
it.
Why not California?
I'm marketing to some to California. The California sellers are different.
Different breed.
And then and the laws in California, they make it so that they can just
Delay
get
it.
away with it so much longer.
I
And
think it's like 2 years, no?
yeah, they don't get foreclosed for a long time. And
Jesus.
yeah, it's so, and they're the biggest backstabbers, the bigger, they.
Oh,
they
you like have a deal done and like they're like, oh no, someone offered me more money.
oh man, I helped somebody stop the auction last minute, maybe last Monday, and then that afternoon he was already telling me that he was gonna sue me, that I didn't help him, that and I know that he's like, I was like, dude, how could you say I didn't help you? The deal was that I was gonna stop the auction. You didn't leave your house, you didn't do anything, and your house didn't go to auction. How did I not perform?
Yeah.
But no, but in California you also cannot do a memorandum unless you have both signatures. So you're out, right? If he goes and he sells it to somebody else for $5 more, that's it.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
So it's tough. It's tough in that sense. And at least dealing with the foreclosures. Instead, in California, I do a lot of dispo for other people, right? I'm familiar with all the buyers. I know all the buyers. So people send me deals all the time, and I'm just selling them more than anything. I do still market to them, to the foreclosures in California, but I only market to them on the last 2 days or so.
Nice.
And then, and like I said, maybe out of 5 of them, 3 of them are gonna backstab me, or maybe 4.
Wow.
So that's just
That's huge. That's
yeah.
That's like 80% backstabbers.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
So people don't really understand when other mentors or gurus say it's a numbers game. It's like a big numbers game. It's not like small numbers. It's fucking big numbers.
I'll tell you this, coming from the engineering side, right, where you're like 99% right and 1% wrong, it was really hard for me to understand that, oh, you're going to have to call 100 people and everyone's going to not answer you, or they're going to click on you, or they're going to be rude to you. And then out of those 100 people, 5 are going to answer the phone and you're going to have an actual conversation.
Yep.
And out of those 5, it's like just keeps going on and on. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is like the opposite of engineering.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to like fail a lot.
You are? Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't teach us that.
No,
in
they
school.
don't. Of course not.
So-
It's crazy.
In college, they like having a college education. Like, they don't want you to make mistakes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So we were kind of raised with that mentality.
Yeah.
So we can't, like, if we make a mistake, we feel bad. Like, oh man, I screwed up.
Exactly. Yeah,
so
yeah. At the beginning, that's how it was.
We're indoctrinated like that,
Yeah,
and we
and,
can't make mistakes.
and people feel really bad when the deal goes south, right? They take it personal,
Yeah.
and it's like the end of the world.
Yep.
But in me, I'm at the point where I lost so many, and I lost in so many situations
Okay,
I
just keep
couldn't
going.
control. That I don't know. I'm not as heartbroken anymore, you know.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I remember one of our first deals. I think one of our first deals that we found.
Leads.
Leads?
Which
Well, a lead, or I don't remember. Well, leads, because we were doing some crazy stuff to make it a deal. I think we spent like a week and a half.
Nah, more, man. We spent a month,
month?
trying to
Yeah.
figure out, like, all right, so what do we pay you 10K now, and
We
then
were
1,000.
thinking about financing a freaking truck for him in order to keep his house. Like, bro, it was some crazy stuff.
he wanted a truck,
Yeah.
an RV.
Yeah. It was something crazy.
Yeah.
And we're like, every day, like, bro, like, how about this? What we do? How about we do this instead? Oh my God.
So he sold I don't know if he still sells it, but he sells life insurance.
Mhm.
So you know when there's like a multi-level marketing strategy
Yeah, yeah.
in their business. So he said, hey, if you guys join my team,
You guys.
I get bonus. So how about you guys get licensed, and I'll give you a discount on the house. Bro, we did that.
We took the
Crazy.
chance,
Yeah,
bro.
Oh my god.
I have a license, bro.
This guy scammed you guys.
Bro, we have,
I'm licensed,
Yeah,
bro.
you
a
guys
license
got played.
to sell life insurance.
Life
Yeah,
insurance.
yeah.
That's
In a
funny.
different life, I'm that guy. But
That's
it's
the best
funny.
story I ever heard.
Dude, we went through obstacles to help that guy so we can get
Yeah.
a discount,
Yeah.
and
And
then it didn't fucking happen. Like, God damn
Yeah, like
And you would have called me, I would have told you, dude, don't.
I know, bro. Yeah. And, that's a good clue right there, right? If you guys are doing this or want to do this, just hit up someone that's ahead of you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so many times like, you hear it, but you don't like really take into account. If someone were to slide into your DMs and they were to ask you a question, would you answer? Would you give them help?
I give advice to people all the time. Like they ask me a question and I respond with my
There
phone
it
number.
is.
I'm like, hey, call me.
There it is.
And then, I talk to them about it and go from there.
And that's only the good ones though, because I've had situations where I ask questions and they don't want to answer me. Like it could be like it was a time issue that they don't have time to explain
Yeah.
to me, or they just didn't want to share it because they'll see me as competition. So
Yeah.
I've had that before where they didn't want to share it because like, why would I share it with you if I'm gonna create more competition for me?
Yeah.
And those are not the good ones.
Yeah, scarce your mindset.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't even want to share it with me, why would I give you advice? You don't even want to share to me what's going on?
Yeah.
I can't give you advice. Imagine
Exactly.
going to the doctor and that doctor started asking you questions and you're like, nah, dude. I'm not telling you how much I weigh.
Yeah, man. So that's some of them are like that.
Yeah.
Wanna share.
What's your like I guess your hardest deal or like funniest story with a deal that like comes to your mind that you just like always remember that thing?
Well, I never got licensed, that's for sure.
Yeah, with this some crazy stuff at the beginning.
I don't know, man. I don't. I'll tell you. One of the things I kind of learned early on was to kind of prospect,
Okay.
and I knew like I'm the first person that's gonna tell you stop calling that guy.
Okay.
Don't follow up with that seller, dude. That's not a lead,
Oh wow. Okay.
right? And I get and I tell you this story. This is a good one. There was this guy I helped. His name is John, right? and we were both calling this California list, and I talked to this lady, and I'm very good at getting a lot of information really fast, okay? So maybe we could have like a 15 minute, 20-minute conversation, and I know if it's going to be a deal or not. So I talked to and even that, right? I couldn't get this out of this lady because she was going on and on. So it took me like an hour on the phone with this lady. But I knew for a fact, I was like, oh, this lady's not selling. This lady's not making a decision until the day before the auction. Like, I'm not worried about her. I'm not calling her back until then. And then John, he's a trucker. He calls me. And he's like, oh, I'm talking to this lady, blah. He starts telling me. He just tells me the story, and I'm like, oh, I already know, dude. That lady's not signing, dude. Don't even talk to her.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't believe he's a trucker, so he was taking this long drive. He was on the phone with her for 5 hours.
No.
5 hours, and the lady didn't sign. The lady didn't sign. The lady was not gonna sign. I told him.
He just wasted 5 hours.
5 hours.
Man.
But she was just so long-winded. She was just telling all these stories that if you didn't take control, and
Yeah.
you have somebody find, you think about what you said. You called 100 people. Everybody is cussing you out, and you got this one person telling you her life story. You might think that's a lead.
Yeah.
She might just be bored.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
man.
want somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
I've heard some of this conversation. She's like,
I've
yeah.
had that. I've had that before.
Yeah.
But then, hey, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'll call you back. Hold on. And then I hang up. And then they call me
Yeah, I
back.
got another call coming in. Sorry, guys. They're gonna let me call you back.
How do you cut like a long conversation? What's your favorite?
I do a lot of redirecting, right? That's what you're telling me something. I might be, oh, hold on, but I had a question about something you said, and I'll bring it back, right? If it gets derailed, and then yeah, so it's the same thing too, right? Like even sometimes when I start, right? If I want to cut it short, I'll tell them from the beginning, hey, I only have 5 minutes, but I wanted to make sure I got to you, right? So I'm right there. I'm telling them, hey, this is gonna be short.
Yeah.
And then too, if it's dragging on and it's not going nowhere, hey, hold on a second, I got another call coming in. Let me call you back.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. Like, hey, hurry up because I got 45 seconds.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I got 5 minutes.
That one's a good one. Yeah, man. So you teach a lot of people then. So people reach out to you for advice per se.
I partner with a lot of people on deals.
Okay.
Right? So a lot of times they bring in a lead and they don't know what to do with it, or maybe they talk to somebody and they don't know if it's a deal or not. Right? So I'll go and I'll analyze the numbers and I'll see right away, okay, this could be a deal or this could not be a deal. And then I talk to their sellers sometimes not. Right? Sometimes I just give them advice. Sometimes I just give them a number that they should offer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I partner with a lot of people like that.
Okay. So how do those people reach out to you?
They find me, man. They call me. I'm so like I put my phone everywhere,
Yeah.
right? I'm so easy. I'm like if you try to find me, you could find my phone number. I promise you.
Yeah.
I put it all the time. Every time if somebody makes a comment and I think I could help them, I'll just drop my phone number right there, right? So that's kind of how the first interactions usually happens, right? And I'll get on the phone with them. I'll talk to them, and if I can help them, I help them. If not, they go on their way.
Yeah.
But like that, right? Eventually I help somebody and then we build that relationship, and then I got a few people that bring consistent deal flow.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
So basically, you respond to comments on Facebook or stuff like
Sometimes, yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah. And the groups, I'll go through the groups
Yeah.
and I'll see, who's marketing, where I'm marketing, or who's trying to start off. And it's a point, right? Because some people need to do some of their own homework before they start, right?
Reaching out.
Right. So it depends where they're at, but if they're at a point where they're really gonna start calling, then I give out a list. That's another thing, right? I'll give out a list.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's already skip trace, like high quality data. It's a list that I know that I can sell the deals and stuff like that. So if they're looking for something to call, then I'll give them that.
How do you determine if somebody's ready to do that? Because in our end, like usually people reach out to us and like, hey, I wanna go to your office, see your operation. I wanna teach. I want you guys to teach me how you do it. Yeah, and we're like, yeah, why not? Come over. So they go, and then within 2 hours, man, they're like doing something else. Like, all right, here's the list. Call. This is what you say. This is what you're trying to find out. Call, and then within 2 hours, they're doing something else. Like, what are you doing? Oh, I had
They're talking to me or something else. So I'm distracted now. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I had to do something else, and then And then I tell them, so why are you here? Like, oh, it's because I want accountability. Like, if you want accountability, I'm gonna give you accountability. Like, here's the list, call.
Yep.
And then every 30 seconds, like, why are you not calling? Why are you not calling? Like, how many have you done? Oh, 3. Like 3 the whole day? Like, oh, man.
I'm not getting any leads.
So I told him, like, bro, like, we need to screen these people because they will come and they will not do the work and they will distract us at the same time. But we'll start talking about something else. We'll like a mini podcast, right?
Yeah.
So we'll do podcast for hours in there, and like he was distracted, I was distracted, and they were distracted. So it was like lost. So how do you determine somebody that's serious about the business?
You know, this is one thing when I love giving out the list because it kind of brings out who's really about it and who's not, right?
Oh man.
Because I'll give the list to 10 people, right? Out of this 10 people, I'm never gonna hear from 7 of them. Maybe 6 of them, like, okay, thank you. And they go on their way. They're not gonna call the list. They're never gonna open it. They're gonna save it, and they're not gonna do it. That's fine. And then these 4, maybe 2 of them are gonna call me back and be like, hey man, I called the list. All the numbers are wrong. Like, I don't know, this list sucks, man. Mm-hmm. And then 2 people are gonna call and they're gonna bring like 6 leads.
Wow.
That's normally what happens. So that's so I don't care to give it out to so many people because I know half of them are not even
numbers game again.
Yeah, it's numbers game,
yeah.
And half of them are not gonna do it, right? Half of them are gonna be distracted. Half of them are gonna do other things.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite things, like, and before, like, people were like, okay, so once we get a deal, what's my cut? And I'm like, bro, like, just call the goddamn list.
Do the
like,
work
like,
first.
just do the thing. And it's like, no, it's just go on my cut. It's like, bro, like, the cut of 0 is 0. So like, let's get to work. Let's get to working.
Do you get that?
I get that a lot. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. I think like the people that are really gonna, and that's one of the things, right? The people that really just don't care are the people that are gonna do it, right? The people that they're not even asking questions about it. They're just calling. They don't even know what to say, and they're calling.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I like.
Good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we got a lot. Like, hey, so before I start calling, so what was gonna be my cut? Like, bro, call first, and then once you get a lead, then we'll talk. Like, no, I want to clarify from the beginning. Like, that's a red flag right there.
Yeah,
like
you're putting obstacles in, and bro, I mean, we're not greedy by any. Like, we'll go 50-50 on deals. Like, even if we provide everything, like, I don't care. Like, to me, it's more important about like just getting the ball rolling. You get me? It's not like we're not gonna pay you anything. So, but it's funny because they'll put it obstacles like, so what do you say about if they say this? So what do you say if they say that?
Like, once you get there, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
get
yeah.
there.
They and that's really the hard part, right? When you do it on your own and you go on your own, it's like, okay, now the amount of obstacles. There's something about an excuse, okay? There's always there one for you.
Yeah.
Whenever you need one,
they're
there for you. And that's kind of what happens, right? They start calling and they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna wash the dishes first.
Yeah,
Washing the dishes. Well, the dog wants to go on a walk. Let me take the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, now my wife wants me to fix. And it just adds up to the point where you didn't make a call.
Yeah. He'll start doing other stuff that you did not want to do first, like before. Like, you'll start
just
doing
to
it.
avoid the calling.
Do you do that?
Me? No, I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me between I live with my sister and my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk to me around 1, 2, 3 unless it's an emergency. Don't.
Something's on fire.
Yeah. Don't ask me to. If you call me because you want me to bring it on a plate, I'm gonna be mad. Like, don't, you know.
Yeah.
I just think that there's certain hours where you need to be on the phone.
Yeah.
And nothing else, right? You don't need to be working on your system. You don't need to be watching videos on how to learn to do more stuff, right? There's certain hours where you need to be on the phone.
I like that.
And
what are those hours for you?
For me, it's a long hour. For me, it's probably like from 10 to 5.
Okay.
I need to be on the phone, you know, and before, and this is all it is, right? When will people pick up the phone?
I mean, right after. Yeah, right after work for us is the most.
And I'll tell you that's for me. But for example, if you're calling a list, if you're calling a foreclosure list, I'll tell you the best hours is from 4 to 7.
4 to 7 p.m.
4 to 7.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I had a bunch of.
Oh, that makes sense because you're calling Texas and
in
Wait.
Texas and Georgia. But 4 to 7 wherever you're at.
Okay.
So like 4 and 7 from Texas, that's the best time to call. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
If you're calling here, you're calling from 4 to
4 to
7,
7.
but this
Yeah,
4
yeah.
to 7, not my 4 to
Yeah,
7.
exactly.
Their local time.
Yeah, yeah, I
Mhm.
got you.
Yeah, and the way I found this out, actually, I used to have a bunch of VAs that were calling, and one thing I realized eventually is that most of the leads were generated between 4 and 7,
Yeah.
and then the other time it was just like nothing, dead, to the point where I just got a bunch of, instead of getting full-time VAs, I just got a bunch of part-time VAs, and everybody was calling
Shoved the name
between
in there,
4 and
yeah.
7 because the other time it was just for me to feel better that I was doing something, but it really wasn't producing.
Yeah. You're just spending money.
Spending money.
Hey man, we should do that. Because Adrian is not gonna be able to call our list from 4 to 7. So you got a bunch of VAs. Another numbers thing. Fucking
Yeah.
numbers thing. There's always a numbers thing. That's smart, man.
4 to 7. That's yeah.
And it's cheaper.
There it is.
It's definitely cheaper. Where do you get your VAs from?
I just went direct. I hired them direct.
Okay.
So I don't have a service, anything. I just pay them through PayPal.
Okay. You went to the Philippines and find them? Or?
No, there used to be a service that I paid that introduced me to a couple of them. That gave me
Okay.
like 3 of them. And then, but it was just a long time ago. I don't think they do that anymore for that price. But I paid like 300 and they gave me 3.
Okay.
And then, but that's all they did. So that's how I found mine.
Okay. And then you just tell them, hey, who do you know?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's it.
Okay. Good. And you
They
train
they asked me actually. They're like, hey, I know somebody that
friend.
wants to do it.
Oh, cousin.
Yeah.
Do you train them or they were trained already?
No, you have to train them. If you think that you're anywhere, any company that you get and you think that they're gonna be good,
They're not.
you're gonna lose your money.
That's what people advertise. Like, hey, we'll give you a trained VA.
I don't care.
They still
I'm
need to train,
telling
them,
you,
right?
I'm telling you, if you don't train them yourself, you're gonna lose money.
Yeah. 100%.
How many VAs do you have right now?
Right now I have 3.
Okay.
Right now I have 3. I used to have more, but right now I'm just SMS. 2 of them are SMS and 1 of them is admin stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Just SMS, no cold calling anymore.
No.
SMS works better.
For me it does. There was a point for me where I realized that I noticed my return on the calls dropped a lot. Like I wasn't getting as many leads. I wasn't getting as many, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if the numbers were marked as spam sooner. I don't know if the phones were marking them as spam, but I just wasn't getting the return. And this was a while for me. So after that, I just switched to SMS only, and ever since I've just been doing SMS.
Are you there? Was I gonna tell you? So your VA. So you said that your VAs. Oh, this was at the beginning, right? You did all Spanish only. Now you do
Yeah.
in general. So that was gonna be my question. So your VA speak Spanish?
No. At the beginning, when I was doing that, I didn't have a VA.
Okay, that was all you.
That was me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. So basically, what you're saying is that before you hire somebody else, you need to do the work.
You need to, at least for a little bit, because how do you even know if they're doing it right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And like how do you and when you're doing it, you're gonna realize some of the struggle, some of the stuff that they're gonna go through, and then it's gonna be easier for you to train them than if you don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense. So how many deals are you doing per month these days?
I don't know, maybe like 7.
A month?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's pretty good, man.
This is everywhere, right?
Huh?
This is your marketing and partnering up.
Yeah. Probably, and I'll be honest, it's like 7 to 10, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but my marketing probably gives me like 1 or 2 a month. It doesn't give me too much because I really get overwhelmed with the JV opportunities.
What do you do for JV, if you don't mind me asking?
Everything's negotiable and everybody's negotiable, man. So
Okay.
there's not one
Like one.
One size fits all.
size fits all.
And you're
Yeah.
not greedy. That's why they keep coming back to you.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this is one of the things, right? They need to be able to make a living for them to come back and bring you another lead.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
So if that doesn't happen,
Mm-hmm.
they're not gonna come back and bring you another lead. They can't. They gotta go to work.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you killed your
Man, that's
You're-
freaking good.
you killed your golden goose if you don't give them enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. 'Cause there's some people out there that fucking charge. Sorry.
Oh my
Sorry
God.
about the language.
Yeah.
They charge. So I know some people. I'm not gonna say names, but they charge them just to start looking at the deal. they charge them 10K.
Oh,
Yeah. So if the deal,
Might as well
Does-
fucking get the mentorship, bro.
yeah, if the deal does like 15, then they get 10, and whoever the person that brought the deal gets 5.
oh wow,
Yeah. Some people do that.
that's crazy.
They've been complaining about it, but like, hey, like you said,
Everything is
negotiable.
negotiable.
Yeah, like we do, like if it's your first one, we try to do 50-50 just to get you rolling, like you said, like some money in your pocket and you hopefully come back. But that's our standard.
Yeah, we usually do at least 50-50. I mean, we carry everything. I mean, he usually sometimes closes even the deal, do the TC.
And they just give me the phone
And
number and I do
Dispo.
the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done
Yeah.
that. I've done that too. I've
Yeah.
done that a lot.
Yeah, but it's easier too because sometimes like when you, and this is like when he doesn't take control sometimes of the
You're gonna lose
situation.
the
I'm
deal.
like, bro, you're gonna lose the deal, so everybody loses,
Yeah.
everybody. So I'm like, yeah, I
You
need to
can't
take
rely
control
on
of that.
somebody that doesn't know
Exactly.
anything yet to take it to the finish line. So
Exactly.
if you do that, you're kind of like,
Mhm.
I don't know, you're putting your deal at risk.
Mhm.
That's why I do the same, right? I'll pick it
TC
up
it.
wherever you
Yeah,
need to pick
exactly.
it up and let me babysit it to the finish line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then there's, I mean, he pays attention to detail too, with contracts too. So it's one of those things like it's like, hey, did he check it? I couldn't feel comfortable with, like, we just left that part of the deal or like some part of the deals in someone else's hands.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
gotta double check everything.
Oh man, sometimes I'll tell you. Sometimes I'll help people with they'll ask me, hey, can you help me stop the foreclosure?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll look at the contract first. Okay, let me see your contract. If this is not a good contract that I think I can sell, I'm not gonna help you stop it. So I might come back
Oh,
and say,
wow.
okay, look, you got it at 75. This needs to be 65. If you get it at 65, I can help you
Oh wow. Okay.
because we're wasting everybody's time.
Yeah.
We're wasting everybody's time, and then sometimes, right? If you as a service, if you're gonna hire somebody to stop it, you're gonna invest money. So if you're gonna invest money, you need to make sure that thing hits the finish line,
Yeah.
right?
It's gonna get paid.
And then because of that too, right? I had somebody put for the price they had TBD, and I was like, bro, what's TBD? Get this out of here. You know, I wrote the contract for him again, and I'm like, hey, son, just do this one, dude.
Oh
But
man.
so I get it, right? You got to check them, and at least you're working people knew that
Yeah.
are trying to do the first one, so you know
Yeah.
you need to take it, take the deal and do the right thing, and they're the ones learning through you doing it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, teach them what is a deal, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, what do you teach it, or they're like, I'm not gonna teach them like what is a deal. I'm like, no, I want to teach them because then they don't keep bringing me like
Shit
stuff
deals.
that's not
Yeah.
good,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
locking up stuff that they shouldn't be locking.
Yeah, and that I'll tell you, I spend a lot of time having conversations with people on what to look for and stuff like that, because it gets easier for me,
Yeah,
right? The more they get
educated.
they get educated and they get farther in it, the least I gotta do.
Exactly.
Right. So now, so I really do got some people that bring me just contracts and say, hey man, that it didn't start like that, but now they just bring me the contract and they say, hey, can you help me sell this? Can you help me
Oh
sell
man,
it?
that's
And-
awesome.
Yeah.
It's good.
We need that.
Kind of do, yes.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Well, it's cool to see. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, you're blowing up and everything, but it's cool to see like how your business has developed into this. You know, how long did it take you to get to this point?
I want to say, man, first 2 years were rough.
Yeah.
But the second year, towards the end of the second year, started going really well, and then it was just fine tuning it and
Yeah.
and losing money and learning lessons and changing things,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's how I think the first 2 years is when it really started working out.
Yeah.
You think that's the average time that for somebody to get to that point?
I don't know. It varies, right? Because I see some people get their first deal in like a month and 2 months. It took me 8 months
Yeah.
just to get my first one. And like I didn't have the advantages. Like I didn't have a sales job, so I didn't have a sales background. So I didn't even have the mentality to be making the calls and stuff like that. So I had to learn all this before even getting close to a deal, where some people are starting and, hey, I've been doing car sales and I've been talking to people and this is all I know and I spend all my day on the phone. right? Their
Yeah.
mindset is different, even from calling, right? So that and this shows like when I give out the list, and remember I told you there's some people that tell me every number's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that never done no call calling. That's
Yeah.
it. That's what that tells me. It doesn't tell me, they just don't have any background in it.
Yeah.
Because if they did, they would know that this is what happened.
That's the
This the person's
bro. It's so
lying.
funny that you mentioned that. You just give me flashbacks because I'm literally going through that like kind of right now, because still like engineer background. I quit, but still in the business. I remain kind of like the integrator, right? But now, I'm stepping into more like making the calls to find buyers.
Sales.
So it's just like before I was like, no, like I'm gonna call them later on. I need to be everything perfect. So the computer, like everything needs to be silenced, oh, like get ready for the call. Like, but now it's just like, hey, what's the number? Like, give it to me.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's different. You change, you evolve. So it's cool to hear that,
And then he started whenever we got a lead, like, oh, bro, close it. Like, close it. It's like
Yeah, I
one
know. It's
lead.
like, bro, close that
Like,
shit.
give me 20 and I'll close one. We're like,
Bro,
one
close
lead.
it.
He wants to close.
What are the numbers for that? Let me
Yeah,
run
Where's
it.
my split?
What's my cut, bro?
I want my cut. I'm like, get
Oh,
out of here.
man.
One lead.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man, we learned through it. So
What do you think is the biggest advice you could give someone starting out, and maybe like not like you said, like an engineer, like someone that's behind the computer, someone that doesn't have that sales experience?
I don't know if it's the best advice because I think I just forced myself into it.
Okay.
Like for me, there was a point where I had a bunch of leads. I was working with somebody else, and we had a team, and then the team kind of broke up, right? And we
Yeah.
had a bunch of leads, and nobody to call the leads. So it was like, okay, do I want to make money or do I not want to make money?
Oh wow.
So that's really that point right there is the point that got me into, okay, I don't care. I'm just going to call the leads to see what happens. And I just kind of forced myself to do it. Like there was nothing, and it was just like my back against the wall. No other options, I was already too deep into wholesaling
to go back.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess you got to expect you got to expect that it's not going to be easy. Like as easy as you think it is.
It's not.
That's not going to happen.
It's not.
You're going to feel resistance through
Yeah.
the whole thing. And you're supposed to feel resistance through the whole thing.
Yeah.
for sure, man.
Oh man. Have you ever been in a situation in the business where you're like, man, I should have probably not left freaking IT on my
No.
W-2 job? No.
No.
That's funny, man.
Oh, we have that
No.
every day.
Bro, like sometimes I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, could I go back? But then I think about it, I'm like, bro, I can never leave
could
this.
Never go back.
I can never like be someone else's employee like that. Like I can't.
No way.
I'm way too deep into it too. It's just like there's just one way out.
Yeah.
Like you said, yeah, we're too deep into it already. Like, there's no
Yeah.
back.
And even then, right? Like when I was doing IT, then my mindset, right? Even like if
It's not there anymore.
100,000 a year, 120 is like, oh man, that's a lot of money. Right now, I don't feel like that's a lot of money.
It's not.
Like it's like a few months and
You spend it all.
it's
Bro, that's the
gone.
marketing budget for some
Yeah,
some
yeah.
operations. That's insane.
Yeah, and so that's why I couldn't go back. Like, what am I gonna go do? Like, 120, what am I gonna do with that?
Yeah. So you're a big spender then.
I'm not a big spender. I'm really not. But I just I just buy houses and stuff like that. So I'm not. I don't buy a lot of clothes or stuff like that. But that's my overhead, right? I have homes. So some are vacant right now.
Yeah.
For example, I got 2 flips going on, so that's $2,700 for the hard money loan for each one.
Right.
Right, that's my overhead usually, just mortgages and payments like that.
Yeah.
And I had another question.
What country?
I'll go for it.
How do you see yourself in the future, 5 years from now? Like, what's the big picture for you?
I think my goal right now, and I'll tell you this, I learned this kind of the hard way too. I don't think I want to have a lot of single family homes.
Oh,
I think that it's hard to manage and it's hard to scale. I'm looking to buy some multifamily.
Okay.
Right? Small multifamily, maybe 10 units, 12 units at a time. That sort of
Nice.
stuff. Like I actually sold some of my houses so I can have extra money. So when I find a good opportunity like that,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just gonna pull the trigger. And I really want multifamily, you know. Really, my goal is just to live off the cash flow, right? And
Yeah.
I think it's gonna take a lot, right? I need like probably like $20,000-$30,000 in cash flow. So got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. So that was my question. Now that you mentioned that, so you said that you're getting rid of your rentals. I was gonna ask you why. But
Well, I got rid of the ones that were tough to manage, and you know, because initially when you want to invest in real estate, right, you think everything's roses and rainbows and everything's gonna go well, and then you know you get some lessons. So that one, for example, I have a deal in Corpus Christi about 2 years ago maybe, and I've had nothing but problems with it. Even when I bought it, it was a mess, right? When I bought it, the guy wasn't letting me see it, and when I finally see it, the garage was covered in dog poop, like covered like a layer like this, and then it smelled really bad because the heater that was in the garage was leaking water. So the water heater is always leaking water when they turn on the water, and there's the garage covered in poop.
It's slushy.
Yeah, so it was disgusting. But that, I'm telling you, that house has caused me problems
Oh my lord.
the whole time. I had a renter in there. I got in, fixed it up a little bit, put a renter in it, and then he stopped paying. Right, he stopped paying for. And then after the second month, I told him, I was like, hey, dude, if you leave right now, like you don't gotta pay me, but you gotta leave. And he left, right? But I just knew, like, you can't get money out of somebody that without money. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So he left, and now it's vacant. I'm looking to sell it, but this is why I'm looking to sell it, right? Because I went through all this, and really, I'll tell you this: my family lives in San Antonio and in Austin. This one was in Corpus Christi, it's about 2 hours away, so it's really hard for them to go out there and manage it. The ones I have in San Antonio, super easy to manage, right? I just call my cousin. He goes, he does whatever needs to get done, and it's done. Right?
Gotta kick him out.
Yeah, whatever needs to get done.
Break some kneecaps.
Nah, that's cool.
So you're planning to get multifamily where? Texas?
I would get it. Yeah, I would get it anywhere. I would get it here too. I would get it.
There's no multifamily here, man.
I'll find some, bro.
I have a
So
duplex.
hard.
I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, we have a duplex.
I don't know if you're interested in that.
7%. It's actually 7.25%.
7.2.
I just saw the mortgage statement.
7.25.
Like, yeah, we're not gonna move that one.
Lordy.
No, preferably, honestly, it'd be like in San Antonio or Austin.
Yeah.
Just because I have family right there, and
How many units? 40? 40 doors?
That's good. Yeah. I mean, I think anything between 15 and 60,
That'll be nice.
it's pretty solid.
Creative, I assume.
It
It doesn't have to.
I don't think it has to be.
Yeah. How'd you get into creative, by the way?
Oh, I mean,
That sub 2 guy?
Yeah,
Then-
sub 2.
So you were looking for somebody, and then what happened?
and then so I found Pace,
Mhm.
right, online.
Yeah.
And then I found a local mentorship, and I talked to the guy, and I was like, I'm gonna join the one in the local one. And I called the guy, and he's like, okay, yeah, send me. And then I was telling him like, hey, if I can send you some leads, maybe you could help me and whatever. Like, okay, yeah, let's do that. And then I sent him the stuff, and then he would never reply. But then he would always reply for me to join his mentorship.
Okay.
So he never replied to the deals. He never responded to the deals. But then he always. So I was like, man, is this guy making money in real estate? Because he don't care.
You don't care about the real estate.
You don't care about the real estate. And they were leads, dude. They were really over leads. Like, it wasn't like I was just like, hey, I know my neighbor and he has a sign. No, they were leads that I had called and
Motivated.
stuff like that. And he didn't care. And that's kind of what got me to think. I was like, maybe he's not really doing it. I'm going to try the other one. And then I joined this up too.
The other one was Pays More.
Yeah, the other one was Space Movie.
Yeah.
And even then, I was a big skeptic.
Yeah.
I was like, I had never spent money in nothing like that before. No mentorship, nothing. So I was like, am I getting scammed? This is the right thing. This was pretty new, right? So there's not a lot about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, am I getting scammed? Am I going to regret this? It's a lot of money. And it worked out.
What do you think about it so far?
Oh, man, it worked out for me. I can't complain, you know?
Yeah.
I got my money back and then some long time ago.
Yeah. Have you been in other mentorships?
No.
No?
No,
This is the first and only one?
Yeah, this is the only one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man, you didn't make a mistake, because we do a lot of mentorships, and this is the best one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Alright.
done a few. Yeah.
We fucking spent all our money there.
I'm gonna say again, it's like the community. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Is I mean, the best one. Like you said, the amount of money we put into it, like we've taken out like
Tenfold or more.
yeah,
Nice.
and it works.
Yeah, definitely.
It works. And honestly, I think it's a vibe of the people too. Like, I mean, there are some bad apples everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like the majority of people are like, they're open about their operation. They're not like weird. Like if you ask them questions, they'll answer them. They're not like, oh my god, this is my system. It's my system, and you know, so that it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
So do you do any creative or cash? What's your ratio right now?
I do probably out of every 10 deals, probably 8 to 7 of them are cash,
Mhm.
and then the other 2, 3 are creative.
Okay.
I just feel like there's more money on cash deals,
Oh yeah.
and I feel like
Easier.
I don't have to explain to you anything about it,
Yeah.
right? It's cash, you like it, you're gonna make money, trust
Yeah.
me, shake my hand.
Yeah.
But creative, right, it's a lot more back and forth, it's a little bit less money, so it's not necessarily like something I'm looking for. I like it if I'm gonna keep it, right? Like if
Yeah.
it's great opportunities like that. But if I'm not gonna keep it, if I'm looking to wholesale it, I don't like that. And that's another thing, right? You don't. A lot of times, right? What if the buyer doesn't perform? You're still hooked. You're still hooked to the
Exactly.
deal. They're still gonna
Exactly.
call you. It's still pain.
Uh-huh.
That's not gonna happen on a cash deal.
Yeah.
You're done. You're
Done. You're
rinsed,
done.
You're gone.
Bro, that's one of the biggest things like about assigning subject to deals. Like I'm just like I don't know. I don't really like it because it's like a relationship that you keep, and now you're the middleman on a relationship.
Yep.
You know, and it depends on how you work too. Like there was not an issue, but there was a thing that happened with like a deal we assigned. I think I was dealing with it like 8 months after it happened. So and now like I mean, I know the
free.
buyer, so I was like helping her out, like finding renters. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, like I shouldn't be doing this.
Yep.
Like if it was a cash deal, would have made money, move on.
Move on,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yep.
We were helping. Well, he was helping. I told
For
him not
free.
to. For
Free 99.
bro.
Um,
Like hours per day.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this? We're not making anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't want her to get there was something with the insurance, right? So like it could have been potentially downfall for her, the do and sell clause. But whatever, it's done. But that's what I don't like it, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like especially if I'm assigning it to buyers that I know, like that I have a relationship with, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like
It's gonna
please
be
make
a
the payment.
lifelong relationship with that
Yep.
property. More than likely, you're gonna do it for free.
Yeah.
More than likely.
I mean, like you said, like if I'm keeping it, cool. Because, you know, we know what we're doing. We know what we're getting into. But assigning it, that's, yeah.
Different monster.
Definitely. There's one I sold in Vegas that the balloon is due. I hope this guy. The balloon is due in 5 years. I sold it to him probably 3 years ago.
Oh,
So it's coming
man.
up here
2
soon.
more years. Hit him up. Be like, hey, are you ready for the balloon?
I
Or
did recently. I don't think he's ready.
oh,
shoot.
man.
We'll see.
I sign it again, bro.
No,
I'm just kidding.
the benefit is that he can sell it.
He can sell it,
He
right?
can
And
sell
make
it.
that
He can
money.
even sell it cash right now, and satisfy the whole thing.
That's great.
In
Yeah.
that sense, we'll be all right.
Yeah, man. We've been hearing a lot of stories about not performing. It's up to people. I just got a call on the way here before
Oh,
we
yeah.
came here. I got a call from, I don't know who it was. Like, I think it was an agent. Hey, we have a deal that one of your guys assigned to this other guy, sub 2 students, both of them. The
Great.
wholesaler and the buyer are sub 2 students. And we're trying to find Pace more. We're like, why are you calling me?
Why trying to find pace?
Because
Pace
they
not
think
gonna do anything.
that Pace was the wholesaler.
Oh,
Because this guy doesn't have all the information. He just got into the
Oh, that's
picture
funny.
recently. Yeah, so he's calling
luck.
me. And like yeah, man, like I know the story. It's one of your boys actually.
oh,
I know the story, and yeah, we can't do anything because the paperwork wasn't written correctly. So we can't do nothing. Like the buyers don't even answer my phone. Like they blocked
jeez.
everybody, or they changed phone numbers,
oh.
and they're from Georgia.
I heard about this.
You
I
probably
heard
know the
about
story.
this.
Yeah, you know, you for sure, you know.
I heard about this.
So
I
then-
definitely heard about this.
So then these guys, the buyers, disappeared, and they're looking for them, and they call me. They call the title company. The title company calls me. Like, what? I can't do anything. Like
What do they call you anyway?
the leader of Vegas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it comes with the job.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, so like shoot. But I've been seeing more and more of those, especially on Facebook.
And I'll tell you what, man. It's because this is one of the things. Is because they're using private money, and they're using money that they didn't work for, and they don't care nothing about.
Exactly.
And they don't care to lose. And everybody doesn't care to lose it. Me, I think I care more if it's private money involved. Is now I'm really tied into it. Now I cannot afford to fail at this.
Yeah.
If I'm by myself, fine. I'll get my ass kicked. But if I'm using somebody else's money, man, I can't. And some people don't care, and that's what you see. They're just losing it, and they didn't cost them anything. They might have even gotten paid up front, you know.
Yeah, man.
And
This situation, they got paid $30,000.
it's crazy.
They asked for 75. They used 45 to purchase the property, and they paid themselves 30.
Man, that must be nice. Like,
That's
but like I
scamming
said,
people.
like I just don't understand it. Like people just don't care.
It's like, what's your plan to get this
There's
guy
no
his
plan.
75,000 back?
Because I think I know which deal you're talking about. I did the numbers. I'm like, bro, like the numbers were not gonna pencil out. Like with the hard money, with the private money that they got on there, like unless their Airbnb was performing like crazy, that's the only time they would have been able to afford the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just dead in Vegas now. Airbnb is not
Yeah.
performing
Yeah,
anywhere, probably anywhere.
Anyway, honestly,
Yeah.
yeah,
there's legislation. Like honestly, your biggest enemy is
yeah.
is
You just got
legislation.
regulated like down to the ground essentially.
Yeah. So you're sticking to cash then?
I like cash deals. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Other than real estate, what do you enjoy doing?
I don't know, traveling.
Okay.
Trying different foods, seeing different places.
What's been your favorite place so far that you visited?
And I like to go to Mexico, and I just like
Oh,
to,
yeah, I love it.
like, you know what I like to do? I like to eat in the street food. I don't even
Oh,
like the
man, that's
fancy
the bomb,
restaurants or
yeah.
nothing.
The mercado.
Yeah.
Mercado, yeah.
So I go to Guadalajara a lot, Cancun, Puerto Vallarta. I go
Yeah.
there a lot. Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome, man.
Where you from?
I'm from Guadalajara.
Guadalajara?
Yeah.
Your parents are from there?
No. I was born in Guadalajara,
Okay.
and I moved here when I was like 12 years old.
Okay.
Oh, damn, that's cool. I moved here when I was 14, but I was born like down south, Ecuador.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
wow.
all the way down there. Yeah,
That
that's cool, man.
Is that a country?
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
No, dude. So I moved here when I was 17.
Oh.
But I used to live here. So I was born in LA,
Oh.
and then was there until 10. And then from 10 to 17, I was in Michoacan.
Oh.
And then from 17 from on, I've been here
Nice.
ever since.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
We moved to California,
Okay. What part of California?
Orange County.
Okay. Yeah. I'm in Long Beach.
Nice.
Not too far.
Yeah, I was in Laguna Hills.
Laguna Hills? That's nice.
It's
No?
it's nice,
Compare-
but like, you know, there's like a spot where it's not nice,
Yeah, there's.
and that's where I was.
You're like that spot. That's
Yeah,
where I
that's
was.
Yeah.
That's where I was. Yeah.
Hey, man, but it shaped you.
Um,
Hey, I'm assuming because I was born. I was raised in a little poor little town. So all my friends were like very very poor, and then that shaped me. I just and you too, no?
I mean, I was born in the capital, like Ecuador, but my mom exposed me to a lot of sides of I don't know what to call society. Like, so I was exposed to like I went to a private school, so I was exposed to a lot of people that had a lot of money, but like she'll let me hang out with like pretty much not everybody, but like
The peasants.
yeah. So I used to have friends like everything, like from like riches to like poor people. So like when people say like, oh, like I'm ghetto here, like, or like, oh, I'm from the ghetto, and like, bro, like you have a house, like, and there's a roof on top. Like, I've seen some brutal stuff, like tents, and I mean you too. I'm pretty sure you've seen crazy stuff down there. So like when you say like, oh, I'm poor ghetto, like I'm like, bro, like you should not be wearing Nikes that are worth $300. Like, I bet you anything. Like, so being exposed to that stuff, and then coming here and having all the opportunities here like at hand, like you could own like properties because of the banking system, because of the opportunities that you have, like you can make money doing pretty much anything here. which you would not have, like down in Ecuador. I would never be in that position that I'm like right now. So just having those opportunities around me, I'm just like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm so thankful about that.
You were lucky.
And
being
lucky.
here.
Yeah.
Because right here you could just win it, right? Like I know somebody, for example, that bought land in Mexico. They bought a casino, like a thing to throw parties,
Yeah.
and then the cartel just came and said,
Yeah.
hey,
So that's mine now. Yeah.
Took it over.
Your little thing is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy refinanced his house to get this thing. So now he's still paying on the refinance, and he's paying this high interest rate, but he has no control over that property down there.
Imagine that.
Contract for D right there.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. It's brutal stuff, man. It's crazy.
Like my dad was telling me a story like that. Somebody he knows, they sold a property in Mexico. So wherever they went to the transfer of title, they were waiting for them.
Oh.
So whoever the buyer was and the seller, like the cartel was waiting for them outside. So they took the money and they took the property.
Give me the money and give me the title, boy.
Yeah.
This is mine now.
Crazy.
That's why my dad doesn't trust like buying stuff over there.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either.
Yeah, nah, man.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, but my boy Trump is gonna fix that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So, and there's something Gio asshole asked this question, like, what's your why? When shit gets hard, because I know, it gets rough sometimes. Like, what's your why? What pushes you? Just like, fuck it, man. I need to keep going.
You know what? I don't have a backup plan. There's no backup. There's nobody I can
Just burn
call.
the
There's nobody that's gonna
freaking
save
boats.
me, right?
Yeah.
That's it. So I don't know, like
Oh,
even
man.
from the
Yeah.
beginning, right? Like even when I came here, and let's say like I joined the military when I was like 18 years old. Even at
Mhm.
that point, right? I couldn't fail. I couldn't just quit the military and go home and I don't know, do whatever. Like there was nothing else. I could not fail. You know, there's nobody else that was gonna save me. Nothing else. So I don't know. That's how I see it. Like this is my why. Because I mean, if I don't do it, who else is gonna do it?
Damn.
Do you take? You say you live with your mom and your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take care of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that's your why.
Right? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
'cause there's always some emotional level to it. Like, why are you doing this? Because it's easy to quit.
Oh, it's easy to.
It's
quit.
very, very easy.
Oh,
But,
no.
like,
Yeah.
But like, what's your why? Why are you doing it? Like, what's not making you stop? So you have no way out.
Yeah, and I don't know. I also too. I feel like I have a long way to go. You know, even though I've done a lot and accomplished a lot, it's like I see like I'm like right here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to get
Oh,
here.
yeah, man.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. We're the same age.
You're 33?
Yeah.
I'm
Jesus' age.
38.
Nah.
No.
Nah. Don't age me that bad.
Yeah, man. So yeah. So there's always like an emotional level to it. At least to me. Like why am I doing this? Because there's always a burnout. Like, all right, you gotta remember why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Just to surpass that.
Bro, like, entrepreneurship would just test you, bro. Like, it's funny because, I quit my job, March?
I don't know.
I don't even remember. I think,
2023.
20. It hasn't been that long for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, I quit my job, like, really, like, maybe, like, a year
ago.
and something.
Yeah.
March of last year, I think it was. So, it hasn't been that long for me, or like, and in my W-2, I used to think, and even like the first 6-7 months where I had like, deposits, money somewhere, like in different places where I could just pull it whenever I could.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I've never been tested like in life. Like, I wonder what that feels like. So now, like the last 6 months, I've been there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, jeez, man, like I've been tested like in every type possible way. So I'm just like, God damn, this is why, like, when you see like people that have been tested, like guys and everything, I'm just fuck, like, this is why, like, you move the way you do. Like, this is why, like, when we talk about struggle, like, you're just like, yeah, that's cool. Like,
Okay.
it is what it is.
It builds character, bro.
Keep fucking moving. Like, that's it. Yeah. And like, I just had to handle like a very difficult partnership with another person that we had. And bro, like, I literally, every bone in my body did not want to do that. Yeah. But I was like, you know what? Let me do this. Let me let me manage it, take care of it, like take it to the end to see how it helps me, bro. Best thing you could do, like.
Oh, I always say that when you have that feeling,
lean
go
into
do
it.
it right there. Go
lean into it. Biggest freaking lessons in my life, like it's been great. Yeah,
that's awesome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you. I don't know
I
if to
don't- I
thank
don't
you
wanna do
or
it.
the other guy that's made me freaking like put me through the freaking mud, but got it done. So like I'm happy about that.
I didn't want to do that. Like, you take care of it.
I know he just like walked away from that one. Yeah, because he's usually the guy like centered. He deals with like the hard stuff, like the stuff like that, and I'm just more like the hothead. Nah.
But this time, like, nah, bro, like, I can't deal with this guy. Because I would, like, if I see him, I'll punch. I can control myself, but there's a limit. And
I
he
reached
reached
my
the
limit.
limit. Yeah,
Oh
like,
man,
like,
this
here,
guy
you do
pushed it all the way through, man.
And they're still doing it, right?
Oh, they are. Yeah.
They're still
There's one
pushing
more
back.
little thing that like should be done, but the majority of it is done, which I'm happy. Like if that thing prolongs forever, I don't care. Like whatever.
Yeah, we got our
Yeah.
practicing. So
Yeah,
that's good.
definitely.
We're at an hour.
Cool, man. Yeah, we're at an hour, man. Thank you so much, Christian, for coming here, sharing some of the stuff with us, and honestly, man, I'm happy where you're at, and I'll follow you on social media, and thank you for like providing information and being reachable for people.
Yeah,
And you
man.
don't find that a lot.
I followed you when we started. I was like, hey, I want to do like the same deals that this guy's doing,
Yeah,
like the same amount.
I
So,
know.
yeah, so we looked up to you for sure.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, man. So
Awesome, man.
Where do people like if people want to reach out to you? Where can they find you? How can they find you?
Instagram, Christian.h.1. Facebook, right? They can same Christian.h.1.
Right.
Okay.
They can find me there.
Perfect. So you have any questions as wholesaling? Just reach out to this guy. He's in Cali, but you do Texas,
I do deals nationwide.
nationwide.
Yeah.
So you'll
Awesome.
help anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
There it is.
Awesome, guys. See you guys next time. Signing out.